Let me take you to a place I know you wanna go. It's a good life.
This is The Product Show on Untethered.tv.
This is The Product Show. My name is Rob in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and I'm joined somewhere in the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful California, San Francisco, at his home, right? Ian Klassen, welcome back, my friend.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it wasn't so beautiful the last couple of days. We had a rainless January, and now we have a rain-filled couple of days, which is kind of funny because like the Bay Area either gets absolutely no rain or it's like just a fire hose of precipitation that comes down.
Yes.
Yeah, monsoon that just comes down in a couple of days and just wreaks absolute havoc, and then you don't get rain for like a month.
Well, that's because we started doing this show. It basically was arid, right? And you were in the middle of the driest spell.
Yes, that was
3
the
years
first
without
show.
rain. Yeah. And now you're complaining about rain. You guys can never be satisfied.
I know, we're very weak people.
We're very weak people. Come up here and talk about weather, okay? And then we'll compare. I know you're Canadian. You understand this. But, a lot of people flee Canada with the intent of going down there to find work. Is that a true statement? I don't think there's been a truer statement.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I think a lot of people, if you look at Vancouver, that it doesn't really make a whole lot of financial sense to stay in Vancouver. The cost of living is like second to Hong Kong.
Right.
Your housing cost, your taxes, the amount you make is not as much as the rest of Canada, but people have sentimental reasons why they want to stay there. So if you, for example, like teachers, for example, a BC teacher would make far more if they just moved to Calgary, but probably for sentimental reasons, they don't want to move to Calgary.
Sure.
So yes, in one sense, if you're financially focused, then yes, it makes a lot of sense to move from to get out from one geolocation to another. But for sentimental reasons, you may not.
Well, that's the theme of this show, right? I mean, this is the show. We're going to bring you some products that actually will help you advance your life. And this is one of those things, is finding work. And oftentimes, my father used to tell me all the time, back when I had a job, was don't quit until you've found another job, right? That's the best advice you can give around finding work, right?
I would think so, yeah.
But you have 4 tools here that are going to help people find work, or at least understand what they're worth, right?
Sure. I mean, January is a really good time. I know we're in February now. It was pretty busy for us to do a show, but we're supposed to do it in January. But, January is a really good time to look for another job because, one, you probably made a New Year's resolution.
To go and find a new job.
Yeah, on 31st, like, I'm tired of my boss. I'm going to find a new job. And then secondly, a lot of budgets are approved around now for new initiatives. And, hey, let's go build this mountain. Let's go conquer this land. And here's some money to do that. So now usually recruiters start getting these calls of like, oh my God, we need people, and people have the will because they're, I don't know, just a new year, new leaf, new job.
Right. And it'll change again because a year from now, those people will still be saying, I hate my boss. I got to go find a new job. That's typically what happens. But why don't we start? I guess the goal here is that what I love about doing Untethered.tv is the fact that I can literally work from anywhere. I take a mic, I take a camera, and I go, and I can be anywhere where there's an internet connection. And that's one of those things that is a lot of people don't take for granted, but I love it. It's simply because I don't think I could work anywhere else. But one of those things is being able to roam.
Yeah, I mean, and part of the, I remember when laptops were first created, and this kind of shows my age, or
I
cell
do
phones.
too, though, so it's okay.
And, yeah, so you saw this like picture of people sitting down by the beach, like clicking on a computer, and you're like, well, what the hell are they doing? Oh, they're working.
Sure.
What is that?
Blackberries
it's remote work.
Blackberries came out at the same time, and you were golfing, and it's like the best way it was described to me was a good friend of mine had one of the first Blackberries that I ever saw, and he's like, yeah, I'm on the golf course 4 days a week, and people think I'm working. Yeah, busted. Yeah.
So Remotive is a company that allows you to find jobs where you can telecommute. You can work anywhere. And for example, Twitter, for certain positions, allows people to work anywhere they want. They'd rather just get the talent, even the talent is located halfway around the world, than not have the talent and relocate somebody. Because if you, for example, are in Detroit where it has had some economic problems, but you have your family, you have your friends, sentimental reasons. Like a lot of people don't want to leave Vancouver, sentimental reasons. Well, but you could be a very talented person. Why not match that talented person up to a job that really needs your talent? So Remotive is one of those sites that only has remote jobs.
Remotive.io. And if you're looking for the jobs there, just go to jobs.remotive.io. Now, there is that contingent of people that are still working inside of a spot, and they don't want their bosses, they don't want anybody to know that they're actually looking for work, and they're not being actually, approached by headhunters. There's something, your next resource allows them to maybe find a job without being visible.
Yeah, this is like your that company up in Toronto called Ashley Madison or Seeking Arrangements or what have you, where you are in a relationship.
Nice.
This one being a work relationship, and you don't want your work relationship to know that you were seeking another relationship. So they have this thing
one foot in, 1 foot out, right?
Yeah, but they have something called Poached, and this is like one of those names that is poached, but I guess Poached.com was taken, so they added a T on the end of it, so they have Poached.com, and what it does is allows you to anonymously say that you are interested in another position without coming out and saying, "Oh, I'm interested in another position." And this is really good for people who have high-profile jobs, clearly not us, and or people who have like large teams, and you don't want your team to go, "Oh my God, my VP is now going to exit the company. The world's going to end." So it allows you to anonymously say, "I am interested in moving," or interested in moving positions, and a recruiter can come and contact you.
I think this is great. Actually, Matt, it's a good analogy there, because there has to be a certain level of discreet involved when you are at a senior level trying to find a new job, because it would scare people, and especially maybe if you're a publicly traded company, right? That's something that obviously you want to keep quiet. But the analogy is there. It's the same. You're sneaking around.
Especially in a small market like Vancouver or Ottawa, that everybody kind of knows everybody, and the recruiter probably knows a lot of people. Even down here in San Francisco, it's a well-connected place, and the word gets out.
Yes, it does. And that's not what you want to happen. So that is Poached App, POACHTAPP.com. Go and check those out if you're actually a senior person looking for a new job and you don't want anybody to know. But the other part of that, when you're looking for a new job, is understanding what your worth is. Now, I spent maybe 7.5 years inside of two companies, running those two companies. And when you pop your head out at the end of those 7.5 years, the salary that you negotiated 7.5 years ago is no longer the norm. And how do you find out what you're worth?
Yeah, I think this is also a good thing if you want to move locations.
Right.
Go from, let's say, the Detroit or a lower cost place like North Carolina to San Francisco, and you're like, gee, well, how much does it really cost if I move here? I remember moving from Las Vegas to San Francisco, and nothing really prepares you for the absolute frying pan in the face cost of living around here. And the thing is, you really need to negotiate your salary accordingly. Or conversely, if you're going from San Francisco over to a Phoenix, Arizona, the salaries may be lower because of the lower cost of living or lower taxes they have in that state. So salaryferry.com is a really good service where it will crowdsource your salary expectations based upon the location and also the position. So people in the same location that your job's going to be in or could be in, and also the same type of position, work-related field, will tell you how much they make, anonymously tell you how much they make, so that you are getting around the same amount.
That's a great service. That is a great service because it helps you in the negotiations. It also helps you make a decision of whether or not it is San Francisco or somewhere else like Ottawa.
Oh, peace of mind.
Yeah.
I mean, because you always think, oh, gee, when they go, congratulations, you got the job, you think, well, gee, can I squeeze a few more dollars out of them? You don't really know. And you want to have that peace of mind that you aren't going way lower than you should.
So once you've got that, so that's at salaryferry.com, exactly how it sounds. But once you've got that job offer or you've got that inclination to go and find that work and you understand what you're worth, part of the biggest thing is negotiating effectively so that you get everything that you're supposed to. So if they agree to you and the salary request too quickly, obviously you've left a lot on the table. What do you do about that?
Yeah, offerletter.com. Which I'm kind of appreciative that they didn't have to throw in a Z or a T in that one. Well, actually, authorletter.io.
That's right.
Pardon me, yeah. So we'll have those links up on the site, your site, for people in case we make a mistake. So this is really good for new employees. Like, you're just fresh out of university. You've never negotiated anything, in your life besides going to Costco and negotiating the aisles to get your meat. and now you have this recruiter, this seasoned recruiter, going, here's an offer letter, and this is a great deal. Well, do you know that? Yeah, do you know that? And there's a lot of pressure to get people onboarded, and hey, I need a response in 2 days, and et cetera, et cetera. And what offer letter does is a service to get you like over that last mile. And you may pay a couple $100 for this service offer letter, but at least it gives you the peace of mind that you're getting the best deal possible. And this can actually mean thousands, especially around negotiating RSUs or other benefits that are extremely valuable to you, especially if you're going to a startup or a company that might be IPOing, or even a larger company. Not so much the larger companies, because typically the larger companies have like a pretty firm, across the board, this is what we're paying our devs, or in this level, et cetera, et cetera. But for small to medium-sized companies, this service is very valuable. Very
valuable. And if you're up here negotiating with the federal government, it doesn't matter either. They have a good salary structure. Yeah. It's called underpaid. Yeah. Right? That's it. That's it.
That's it. Take it or leave it.
Exactly. You want to work for the government? No, but here's a good offer. Not. That's at offerletter.io. So you've got this. You've got an ability to work anywhere from Remotive. That's jobs.remotive.io. You can actually go into discrete mode when you're looking for work at pochadapp.com. That's POCHT app.com. You can decide what you're worth and what it's going to cost to be where you are, and actually the opportunity cost of the job. You can figure that out at salaryferry.com. And of course, if you have never negotiated your own salary, which is a reality for a lot of new grads or people like in the entrepreneurial world who are looking for a real job for some reason, you can go to offerletter.io. 4 resources to help you change your job this year, should you choose to do that, and do it again next year. These are 4 resources that won't go anywhere. Ian, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.